Does this report reflect what you hear every day from victims of domestic abuse?
We're pleased by the report, but I have to say I'm not at all surprised. Refuge has been campaigning for 3 decades for improvements to police practice. And I have to say that I am dismayed to hear Peter Fahy's comments about victims not wanting to go to court and how complex all this is, and Lindsay Ashton went back to him. What people are forgetting here is that assaulting a person is a crime. It isn't complicated. If you assault someone, you are arrested and charged appropriately. And women are terrified. They are frightened to go to the police, but when they do go, they need a positive response. And so often, violent perpetrators intimidate women into withdrawing charges.
Let me read out this email from Gordon Bouncer to our newsroom. He says, I'm a retired police officer. The number of times I arrested a man for assaulting his wife, then within 30 minutes the woman's at the police station crying and refusing to take the matter any further. Whilst I would never condone violence against anyone, evidence is required, which has to come from the victim. It's a very complicated situation, isn't it?
It's not complicated. This is the well-known sport of victim blaming. It's not up to a victim, an intimidated victim, to arrest and charge a perpetrator. That is down to the police. And all too often, the police...
But do they not need evidence?
The police fail to gather the evidence. They often don't respond to emergency calls. They treat women with hostility and disrespect. They don't take photographs when they're supposed to. Most of all, they don't arrest dangerous men. We mustn't hide behind the so-called complexity. The police are very able, and do, arrest in other violent crimes. But when it's a domestic context, it's a different matter. And they're not treating domestic violence as seriously as any other violent crime.
Peter Fahy said that the system is at fault, and he needs magistrates on 24 hours notice so we can take violent men away from women. There needs to be a way that this can go to court without women's evidence. Do you agree with him?
The police are part of the system. The police need to do their job. We're not asking the police to monitor victims 24 hours a day. They are there to protect citizens, including women and children. And as for the wider system, yes, it's true, other agencies fail. But they need to get their house in order. It's back to basics. And that's why Refuge is calling for a public inquiry into the response of the police and other state agencies. But let's not hide behind, this is too complex. It isn't. We can arrest and charge in other violent crimes. We need to change things. The system is broken.